Hey there, Rocketeers. A little update from the bench. I don't have any launches to show you. I probably could have gone and launched this weekend over at the little park not far from my house, right? But I don't really have any more rockets. So that would be like ABC engine that I'm really excited about launching over at that little park. I could certainly relaunch stuff like my Bluebird Zero or the Odyssey or the Photon Disruptor. I'm not comfortable launching a D motor over there unless I guess I could do the Super Big Bertha. Maybe that'll be next over there. We shall see. But today we got just a little mini haul, a little show and tell, and a little bit of how do I do this kind of video for you. For show and tell, just went over to my local Biomart, grabbed some big barrel swivels. I call them snap swivels, right? Fishing swivels. These are brass, nice and shiny. The only reason I got these, of course, is they were dirt cheap. Other types are a lot more expensive. So I got a couple of bags of those, and then just swivels. These are the biggest that they had. I'd really like to have bigger, but this is for my mid-scale rockets, mid-size, where I'll have the Kevlar cord tie onto one side and then elastic to the other. And then when I launch those the mid scales with E's or the ones with F or G, I'll have a Mylar sleeve over that to protect it from hitting against the inside of the body tube. So those are dirt cheap, like 99 cents for those up at the local Biomart there. And then I don't know if I really got to show very much the Maxi Alpha 3 here, or my Big Blue Max. So yeah, look at this beauty. Can't even get the whole thing in the well, there it is. Yep, that's some vinyl decals from Sticker Shock. So this white is actually the paint of the rocket. So yeah, really happy with this. Not everything's lined up perfectly, but I'm very happy with this thing. I just look at it and I feel good. Somebody had commented recently how new this looks, and in a way they're right. I don't know how long I had this in the bag, but it was a long time. I had one and a fin broke off on a launch, of course, on a landing, and I just never fixed it. I probably should have. I'm not even sure how I would have. I don't think plastic cement would really be enough. I don't know. But waited long enough, got this thing ready. I will be launching this and putting a massive chute in there. And you guys, I don't know if you heard, but Estes announced recently they've got ripstop, so I assume nylon parachutes now. Can you imagine? It's taken Estes all this time to get those. I'm super excited about it. Seems like Estes moves along with product stuff kind of slowly. Like they rolled out not too long ago the cradles, so you can rest your rocket in a cradle like this, which is, you got to have those if you go to any launch, and even at home you got to have something like that. I made my own for cradling rockets here, and it looks like I took it out of the room, but I took some foam and just cut some half circles into it so I could lay a rocket down like that. But Estes has those now too, which is fantastic, right? Wonderful thing. So that's the Maxi Alpha 3. And then again, I don't think I really showed this guy. Look at that thing. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, I knew this was going to look good with the these are Sticker Shock 23 vinyl decals, but wow. I'm just blown away by this thing. I could stare at it forever. If I never launch it, that would be a crime, of course. But if I never did, I'd be more than happy just to take this thing to the grave. It's so beautiful. Look at that thing. Amazing. And yeah, my wraparound decal did not go perfectly, even though I was super careful with it. The way I do those wraparounds normally is I start with just a straight edge, either tape or something. In this case, I put a line here, a pencil line, and then I taped the decal down, and then on the back, I just peeled off a sliver about this wide, laid that down, and then wrapped it around, make sure it was straight. And I kept doing that, just taking little slivers of the backing off with the scissors carefully, so the scissors doesn't get stuck on the vinyl, right? That went really well, just a little bit at a time, and then laying it down, getting any bubbles out, and then wrapping it the rest of the way around to make sure that it was still lining up. And I do that all the way around. I've always done that with my wraparound decals, and it still had a little bit of overlap. One thing I learned about this vinyl too is that if you pull on it, it will stretch a little bit. But I'm really happy with that. That doesn't bother me at all. And the other thing I thought about is that might happen, so I put it on the side where the launch lugs are. So this is the side I don't really... You're already distracted by launch lugs already. And I know a lot of folks go with rail buttons. I'm just not into punching a hole in my rocket for rail buttons. I like the old school launch lugs. But look at that beauty, eh? Wonderful. It's going to have a little Mylar sleeve over Kevlar shock cord. The Kevlar shock cord is wrapped and tied around the motor mount through a hole in the ring, the wooden plywood ring up here. Then that goes to a swivel like this, and then the other end of the swivel is nice wide nylon shock cord. And then I'll slip a Mylar sleeve over all of that. That Mylar sleeve will extend up to about here. So when that nose cone comes out, that'll help protect a little bit more from zippers, along with the inside of the tube about this much. I cake with CA glue like this. Just brush it in there. Not too crazy, but this is medium thickness. Brush it in there, move it around. It dries real fast. Let it sit overnight, and then I lightly sand that. And you can see this slides right in and out of there, no problem. And that top part of the tube is really well protected from zippers. But I'm going to have a massive chute in this thing, biggest chute I think I can get in this thing, and probably launch it when it's not too windy. So that's Der Big Blue Max. Absolutely beautiful. And because we love big, beautiful rockets, maybe you guessed it, this is upgraded plywood laser cut fins for the mighty Estes Phoenix. Oh, yes. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love the Estes Phoenix. It's my favorite scale rocket. The Super Vega is probably my favorite sort of sci-fi fantasy rocket. But, oh yeah, there it is right there. Aha! The Mighty Phoenix. So yeah, I've owned this thing a couple times. The real sad thing is I had it's either 3-inch or 4-inch Phoenix. That was a kit made by a mom and pop, I think somewhere in Middle America, Indiana, somewhere over there. They actually made a kit of a 3-inch or 4-inch with decals, and I had it. I owned it. I launched it on H-242s probably a half a dozen times when I lived in Seattle. And then when I moved over here to Idaho, I left it over there with a good friend, and I think he reported that where he had it stored, that all got flooded, and it got ruined. I don't know what I was thinking not bringing that over here, but at the same time, it's it's got a 38 millimeter motor mount, and I'm not really doing high power anymore. So still would have just been nice to look at. I could have put it up on the wall or something, But this is what we're doing today. So along with that show and tell, I went and bought, or the mini haul, I got the Elmer's wood filler. Just got this from the little local Bi-Mart. So yeah, I'm going to open this baby up today. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, that looks better. Yeah, I had two little tubs of wood filler, and they were solid. They were in bad shape. So this is much better now. But yeah, I'm gonna move some of this into a little bin. In fact, I think I got that bin over here. I just basically put it into a little bin, mix it up. Here we go. So yeah, I'll just put some into a little bin, a little bit of water I add with this, and mix it up to about the consistency of pancake batter. And then I'll use this putty knife, get it on there, and then just scrape it on there. I've protected the through-the-wall tabs. I won't need any on there, but this is just to fill in some of that grain. So I'll do both sides at once, and then I will cover that with another layer of wax paper. We'll start out by doing the small fins only. Then I'll take a chunk of styrofoam like this, put that there, and then I've got this. Check this thing out. Railroad tie thing. Kaboom! Hold those babies nice and flat so they don't curl up. I've done this already for 3 or 4 sets of fins, and it's worked out pretty great. Real good. I use this to crush aluminum cans in the garage. Yeah, it works great. So that's what we're doing today. I am excited about moving forward on this mighty Phoenix. Here's the body tubes. This thing I've had so long, these got actually misshaped, a little bit of oval. So I've kept the cone in this one, and then in this one I put in the tube coupler and the motor mount rings for the last month or so, or a few weeks at least, to try and get those tubes circular again. I'm not going to replace the tubes. I'm going to go ahead and use them. And yeah, we will get this Phoenix done. I got upgraded plywood fins from Bad Boy Rocketry along with those motor mount rings, and this baby will fly on ease. So my only question mark is, after getting all this plywood in, am I going to have to add some nose weight? So I'm kind of prepared for that. Speaking of that, I guess I have to add nose weight to... I'm going to have to take a look. I can't remember what this one's for. This could be the Big Blue Max, but there's also some for the doorknob. Yeah, and here's the doorknob. So that's the other thing. I did do this yesterday. Started painting the doorknob. It's going fine. It's going to be beautiful. But this doorknob is not, to me, this is kind of my workhorse. I plan to just launch this thing over and over and over. I've got the Estes retainer thing in there, but plywood rings, the fins are glued inside the main body tube. They're glued to the motor mount and to the inside of the tube, and then fillets on the outside as well. So this thing's just going to be a workhorse. The great thing is when it lands, shouldn't do too much damage on the fins. And I'll probably do a paint job something like that. I do like that blue and white. Blue and white's my favorite colors anyway. So that's going to be the plan. We're going to give this a light sanding, another coat, then some gloss, another light sanding, and then we'll mask, and we'll do some pattern of blue on this doorknob. And then that baby will be ready to go. So that's it. Hope y'all are having a great rocketing weekend out there. I appreciate you stopping by. This is AC Model Rockets. Please tell your friends, like, and subscribe. Hopefully have some launches coming your way soon. And we'll catch you in the next video.